Good evening, you're watching Just the News. I'm Amita Balachandra. Straight up to our top story. India has slipped in the Global Hunger Index 2022 this year when compared to last year. So its rank is now 107 out of 121 countries. Last year, it was 101 out of 116 countries. Now, if you take a look at the numbers, really, India's rank is poorer than Pakistan, Nepal, and Bangladesh. We'll put up that chart on your screen right now. You'll see that Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan are above India. However, it ranks only 2 spots above Afghanistan, which is at the 109th position. The index calculates the hunger levels and malnutrition across the world on indicators such as undernourishment, child wasting, child stunting, and child mortality. In fact, according to this report, India is in the serious category of hunger problems. The center, in the meantime, has dismissed the Global Hunger Index 2022 report. In a statement, it has said that it is an erroneous measure of hunger and suffers from serious methodological issues. Moving on from the story right now, the Supreme Court has suspended the Bombay High Court order acquitting former Delhi University professor GN Saibaba in a case relating to his alleged Maoist links. Now, he had been sentenced to life imprisonment in 2017. The Maharashtra government had challenged the judgment by Bombay High Court, releasing Saibaba, who was sentenced to life. Now, in the Supreme Court has been hearing this petition, and of course today it suspended Bombay High Court's order. In fact, the acquittal sentence of 5 others convicted in the case has also been suspended. The Supreme Court noted, and I quote, High Court has not considered the merits. The High Court discharged the accused only on the ground that the sanction was invalid, end quote. Meanwhile, in Jammu and Kashmir, Kashmiri Pandit Puran Christian was shot dead by suspected militants in the Shopian district. Now, according to ANI, Deputy Inspector General of Police Sujit Kumar has said that the Kashmir Freedom Fighters, a militant outfit, claimed responsibility for this attack. The area has been cordoned off. There's been a spate of targeted attacks against Kashmiri Pandits and migrant workers that have been taking place in the Union Territory of the last few months. Trigger warning for people who are watching right now. The next story involves a POCSO case. The Allahabad High Court has granted bail to a man accused of raping a minor girl on the condition that he should marry her and accept her child as his daughter. Now, he was booked under the POCSO Act, which is Protection of Children Against Sexual Offences. He was also booked for kidnapping and raping the girl. Now, the victim was 17 years old when the incident happened and later gave birth to a girl child. In the order dated October 10th, Justice Dinesh Kumar Singh noted that the father of the girl, who is an adult now, had no objection if the man was released on bail, given that he married his daughter and got the marriage registered. Also in the news, several states like Maharashtra, Goa, Andhra Pradesh, and Assam have been hit by incessant rains in the last few days, recording one of the wettest Octobers in history. Now, in Goa, at least 40 tourists got stranded near the Dudhsagar waterfall after a small bridge on the Mandovi River got washed away due to the sudden rise in water levels following heavy rains. They, of course, were rescued. The IMD has predicted that South Peninsular India is likely to witness isolated heavy rains for the next 5 days. It also added that the country received 82.5 mm of rainfall during the October 1st to 14th period, of which 58.5 mm of rainfall took place between October 6th and 12th alone. In the meantime, the Union Agriculture Minister has said that unseasonal rains have damaged crops. He said, and I quote, the survey is underway and we are waiting for reports from the states to assess the extent of damage, end quote. He also added that the state governments of state disaster relief funds, which they can use for providing compensation to farmers. More funds from the disaster relief fund will be released after the assessment of the damage. Meanwhile, in Uttar Pradesh, dengue cases have in fact increased. The Union Health Ministry has rushed a high-level multidisciplinary team to take stock of the situation in the state. In fact, The dengue cases have gone up to 3,607. On Friday, 37 people tested positive for dengue in Lucknow, taking the tally of such patients to over 440. Moving on to business news right now, Amul has announced that it is increasing the prices of full cream milk and buffalo milk by 2 rupees per litre. The new price will be applicable in all states except Gujarat. With this hike, Amul's full cream milk will now cost 63 rupees per litre, up from 61 rupees per litre earlier. Moving on to environment right now. Two women climate activists have been charged with criminal damage after throwing tomato soup over Vincent Van Gogh's painting Sunflowers at London's National Gallery as a mark of protest against fossil fuel extraction. Now, the activists have now been arrested. Now, the activists belong to Just Stop Oil Group, which wants the British government to stop setting up new oil and gas projects. The group said that the activists dumped 2 cans of soup on the oil painting and glued themselves to the wall. Now, according to AFP, the gallery management said that the protesters caused minor damage to the frame, but the painting was unharmed. Now, the painting was cleaned and returned to the gallery in a few hours. The painting is estimated to be worth over $84 million. Also, a jarring report from the WWF, which says that global wildlife populations declined by an average of 69% since 1970. The report also says Latin America and the Caribbean show the greatest regional decline in average population at 94%. Populations in Africa saw an average decline of about 66%. While in the Asia Pacific, it was 55%. Now, the report tracked global changes in the abundance of wildlife across land, air, and water of nearly 32,000 population of 5,230 vertebrate species between 1970 and 2018. On to news coming in from across the globe. 41 people have died following an explosion in a coal mine in northern Turkey. Turkey's interior minister has said that 58 miners have been rescued and 11 have been injured. Now, investigations are currently underway as to what really caused this incident. Also, Russian President Putin has said today that any direct contact or clash of NATO troops with the Russian army would lead to a global catastrophe. Now, days after heavy bombardment of Ukraine since the war started 8 months ago, Putin also yesterday said that there is no need for massive strikes on Ukraine. He said that most of the designated targets of the strikes have been hit, adding that it was not his aim to destroy Ukraine. One piece of good news before we wrap things up here on this bulletin: India have defeated Sri Lanka by 8 wickets in the final to win Women's Asia Cup for a record-extending 7th time. Now, opting to bowl first, India restricted Sri Lanka to 65-9. India chased down to a target in 8.3 overs. Now, India's 7 Women's Asia Cup victories include 4 in ODI format and 3 in T20I format. That brings us to the end of this bulletin. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.